What he has submitted.
Before tabling the bills on the floor of Parliament, the Committee of Finance first interfaced with officials from Bank of Uganda over the issue of establishing a Central Sharia Advisory Council at Bank of Uganda as required by the Islamic banking principles. Bank of Uganda advised the committee that from their benchmark studies they got to learn that in over 50 Muslim countries, only 13 have an advisory council, and so Uganda can start without it.
That Uganda, as a member of the EAC, is moving towards an EAC monetary union. Okay? We actually are even trying to converge in terms of how we regulate our banking sectors so there's equal treatment across the region. So if others within the region that we intend to partner with as have one monetary union don't have them, I think as a starting point, let us not have this advisory council, at the beginning. And like I indicated in my presentation, there is no harm if after 4 or 5 years, let's give this a chance to happen. It's like, for an analogy, consider a case of a child who's been born and is crawling and is walking. When the child starts crawling, you do not train them to run a marathon. You give them a chance to learn how to walk.
When the bills came to the floor of Parliament, the issue of creating a Sharia Advisory Council created a controversy among legislators, with some supporting the council and others opposing it. The Speaker guided that since Bank of Uganda is just a regulatory body, the commercial banks can create their Sharia law advisory committees.
We will never, as long as our law remains as it is, legislate in that way and make the Bank of Uganda create a product. Imagine if Bank of Uganda creates a product and the people lose money. Whom will you blame? We will never. Secondly, we don't do that for conventional banking. So if we don't do that, because Bank of Uganda does not approve products for the other type of banking, which is not Islamic, won't we be discriminating?
That the law exists. We want to amend it and delete it. That's the intention of this provision. Now, Bank of Uganda appeared before the committee, Right Honorable Chair. You are speaking about a product that is unique in its nature. It's based on Sharia law. And because it's based on Sharia law, it has peculiar interpretations that in the ordinary conventional banking normal practices are not regularly found. Therefore, the framers of the law then had created just advisory, not for advisory council, and this is its composition. The chair of that advisory council is the Governor, Bank of Uganda. The secretary to it is the secretary for legal department. Supervision of bank is the member of that board, and 2 Islamic scholars to advise on the products called Islamic financing. On the face of it, it is harmful. It's not harmful. Now, what the committee has done, and the governor, the central bank when it appeared before, it did not say that forever that advisory board will never be needed. Now, what we've done as a committee is, 1, put this provision in abeyance. Because if the minister feels he doesn't want to implement it, forever he will never implement it. But if a need arises, there will not be a need to come back to Parliament to amend and reinsert the same provision. We removed the other one. Yeah.
We have one board in Bank of Uganda. We have boards in the commercial banks. Now I'm talking as a former banker for 15 years. We have boards in commercial banks. In the commercial banks that we have, this Islamic banking service is going to be one of the services, one of the products. Yes, we need to understand the thing, not just putting a perspective that, you know, we need to be managed by the central bank. Central bank is a regulator. Commercial banks do operational.
Speaker Mong also warned all those who have been lobbied to frustrate the introduction of Islamic banking into the financial laws of Uganda.
A Islamic banking service is like any other service. Just like you have agricultural banking service, you have a number of them. Are we going to have the central bank have all those boards? Are we going to have them? Why are you frustrating? And I don't want people who are frustrating Islamic banking. I know people have been lobbied. I want to put this on record. People have been lobbied not to allow this Islamic banking go through, including myself. But we must pass it.
The House resolved to pass the financial bills synchronizing Islamic banking system as part of Uganda's financial system. The passing of Islamic banking into the financial banking system of Uganda gives hope to many Ugandans, especially those from the Muslim community who have appealed to government to introduce it for long. The bill only awaits the President's approval for commercial banks to start embracing it. Samula Hanifah, SMART24 TV, Business Today.